Hello, good morning, children. How are you? I hope you're all fine by the grace of God. So, in our previous class, we discussed comprehensions, textual grammar comprehensions. First part completed, that is Shishyatan, one of the comprehension completed, and I am going to read the second comprehension and please write the answers. I will read the paragraph very carefully. Listen, please. A decent education is a passport to a good, comfortable, and secure life. It should provide hope and open avenues for a secure failure for intelligent, hardworking, and productive men and women of our society. It should enable youngsters to become contributing members of the society through knowledge, skills, and character development, provide access to first-rate training for people of all ages and backgrounds, and make it possible for them to compete in a global economy. An educated civilization is essential for the smooth functioning of a democracy and to the preservation of every citizen. As proved by the democracies in the Western world, in the words of the ancient Greek philosopher Dionysius, the foundation of every state is the education of its youth. It is the comprehension. And when you have to open your textbook, when will you? It is better to open textbook and read the comprehension nearly 2 times or 3 times and read the question properly. You have to know the exact meaning of the question and find out the answer. The first question is, what helps one lead a good, comfortable life? Can you guess the answer, please? What helps one lead a good, comfortable life? Guess the answer, please. Now the answer is, a decent education helps one lead a good, comfortable life. It is the question. Second question is, what is education expected to give to intelligent and hardworking persons? Once again, what is education expected to give to intelligent and hardworking persons? Can you guess the answer, please? Choose the right answer. The answer is, education should provide hope and open avenues for a secure future for intelligent, hardworking persons is the right answer. Once again, education should provide hope and open avenues for a secure future for intelligent, hardworking persons. Third question. How can youngsters become contributing members of the society? How can youngsters become contributing members of the society? Answer is, through knowledge. Through knowledge, skills, and character development, youngsters become contributing members of the society. Fourth question. What do we need for the smooth functioning of a democracy? What do we need for the smooth functioning of a democracy? Answer is, an educated civilization. An educated civilization is essential for the smooth functioning of a democracy. Next, fifth one. How does the Greek philosopher highlight the importance of education? How does the Greek philosopher highlight the importance of education? So the answer is, he said, the foundation of every state is the education of its youth. The last line. The passage says that education is for the sole purpose of leading a good and comfortable life. Say true or false? It is true. So these are the a comprehension total. First lesson. The first lesson is dancing in the rain. Lesson completed. At the same time, question answers totally. I think I didn't explain the question answers. Textual part, idioms, match the following, stress words. At the same time, verbal pattern, punctuational marks, dialogue writing, comprehensions completed. Now, listen, for the sake of good understanding, I am going to discuss even question answers also, please. All of you listen. Dancing in the rain, the first question is, robbing children of their childhood is a criminal act and our society must weed this malice out from the root. వాస్తవంగా చిన్నపిల్లల్ని అంటే చిన్నపిల్లల యొక్క స్వేచ్ఛని అపహరించడం అనేది వాస్తవం ఒక పెద్ద నేరం లాంటిది. దానికి కొన్ని ఎవిడెన్స్ ఏంటివి, అది ఎలా నిరూపణ అవుతుంది, ఏం చేయాలి, వాట్ అబౌట్ ద రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ ఆఫ్ ఎ యంగ్ సిటిజన్, అది ఏ విధంగా సమాజం పైన ప్రభావం పడుతుందనే విషయంలో మనం ఆన్సర్ చూద్దాం. These lines are taken from the lesson Dancing in the Rain written by Azim Premji. The essay deals with the excessive burden, both physical and mental. Here mainly excess burden, both physical and mentally faced by the children, that is imposed on children. The essay opens with the report on child labor. It highlights the pathetic conditions of children in zeri factories. At the same time, the children who are working in zeri factories, they won't have any liberty, they won't have any freedom. From morning to evening, they have been doing hard work, they won't get liberty. Their liberty should be taken by the managers. So it's not the right way. The writer says that it is inhuman to exploit children. He also says that robbing children of their childhood is a crime and we should eliminate the evil from our society totally. So the people who behave like that, we must abolish them, system. It is not the right way. అలాంటి సిస్టాన్ని మనము రద్దుపరచాలి, పిల్లవాళ్ళకి స్వేచ్ఛని ఇవ్వాలి, అంతే తప్ప వారి యొక్క స్వేచ్ఛని మనము మన చేతిలోకి తీసుకోకూడదు అనేది దీని యొక్క భావం. When I look at children, I wonder whether they have time to play with friends, to meet interesting people, to explore the world and to follow their curiosity. నేను ఒక చిన్నపిల్లలు చూడగానే ఆశ్చర్యం వేస్తుంది. వాళ్ళకి ఏమాత్రం కూడా వాళ్ళకి అప్పట్లో when the poet compared the olden days and present days, మరి ఓల్డెన్ డేస్లో చూస్తే చిల్డ్రన్ ఏ విధంగా ఎంజాయ్ చేసేవారు, ప్రస్తుత కాలంలో ఏ విధంగా వారి యొక్క పరిస్థితి ఎలా ఉంది అనే విషయంలో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది. దానికి సంబంధించిన ఆన్సర్ చూద్దాం. These lines are taken from the lesson Dancing in the Rain written by Azim Premji. Every annotation we have tried like that. These lines are taken from the lesson Dancing in the Rain. It was written by Azim Premji. Premji feels sorry for the children who have no time to play with friends or meet interesting people or explore the world. So he said that there is no free time for them. వాళ్ళకి ఏమాత్రం స్వేచ్ఛ లేకుండా పోయింది. When he compared the olden days, in those days we enjoyed a lot. అప్పుడు కాలంలో చాలా ఎంజాయ్ చేసేవారు. వర్షం వస్తుంది చక్కగా ఆడుకునేవారు, పిల్లలతో సరదాగా ఉండేవారు, ఎంజాయ్ చేసేవారు, ఫ్రెండ్స్తో హ్యాపీగా దాగుడు మూటలు ఆడుతుండేవారు, దొంగ పోలీసు ఆడుతుండేవారు. ఇప్పుడు అవన్నీ లేకుండా పోయాయి. వర్షం వచ్చినా కూడా ఆ వర్షం మొత్తం కూడా రోడ్ల వెంట నీరు పోతుంది వరదలా, కానీ ఏ పిల్లవాని యొక్క జుట్టు నుంచి కూడా అది నీరు కారట్లేదు. అప్పట్లో మేమంతా ఎంతో హ్యాపీగా ఎంజాయ్ చేసేవాళ్ళం వర్షం వస్తుందంటే. He expects that during monsoon the streets are full of children playing in the rain, but now the days rain fall on empty streets. అప్పట్లో వర్షంలో తడిచేవాళ్ళం, చక్కగా ఆడుకునేవాళ్ళం, ఎంతో ఎంజాయ్గా హ్యాపీయెస్ట్గా ఉండేవాళ్ళం. కానీ ఈ రోజున అలాంటి ఆటలు లేకుండా పోయాయి. దొంగ పోలీస్ కానీ, తర్వాత కబడ్డీ లాంటి ఆటలు కానీ, అనేక రకాల ఆటలు ఫ్రెండ్స్తో ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తూ ఉండేవాళ్ళు. బట్ nowadays nobody can play like that. We won't have any sufficient time to play such kind of games. Always study. Always doing work in different kinds of factories. But there is no liberty for us. Gandhiji said that greatest lessons in life are learned from children, not from learned men. మరి గాంధీ మహాత్ముడు గారు, ఫాదర్ ఆఫ్ నేషన్, ఏమన్నంటే పిల్లల వల్ల మనం నేర్చుకోవాలి. పిల్లల నుంచి నేర్చుకునేది చాలా ఉంది. పెద్దవాళ్ళకన్నా కూడా ఒకసారి వాళ్ళలో మనం కొన్ని మంచి లక్షణాలని గ్రహించవచ్చు అంటాడు. ఎలా అని చూద్దాం. These lines are taken from the lesson Dancing in the Rain written by Azim Premji. The greatest lessons can be learned from children. A child will fearlessly try before giving up. వాస్తవం చెప్పాలంటే we have to learn so many things from children. వాళ్ళు ఏదైనా ప్రయత్నం చేసేటప్పుడు దాన్ని సక్సెస్ అయ్యేంత వరకు కూడా దాన్ని వదిలిపెట్టే ప్రసక్తి లేదు. So that is the great enthusiasm, that is the great curiosity of the children. But adults give up even before they try. But adults should not do like that. అలా చేయలేరు వాళ్ళు. They always think about money minded and fearing fail. They maybe fear about their failure. A child does what is meaningful in its own right, but adults link every action to reward of money or recognition. Every adult always thinks about money, recognition, and only they think about money minded, but they won't have any enthusiasm. Always thinking about money, money, money. But here from children we have to learn dedication, commitment, concentration. All we have to learn from children. That's why Gandhi said that we have to learn so many things from children, but not adults. Said whatever he said, that is right. India will be radiant when our children are free to dance in the rain. పిల్లవాళ్ళకు స్వేచ్ఛ ఇచ్చినట్టయితే మన భారతదేశం ఇంకా ప్రకాశవంతంగా తేజవంతంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతుంది అని చెప్పేసి ఒక మాట అంటాడు. సో వాట్ అబౌట్ దిస్ మీనింగ్? దీస్ లైన్స్ ఆర్ టేకెన్ ఫ్రమ్ ద లెసన్ Dancing in the Rain written by Azim Premji. Whatever we read the line, that line has taken from the famous lesson Dancing in the Rain written by Azim Premji. We must resolve to give our children the freedom of childhood. Children must be freed from the textbooks prisons. India shines when our children are free to dance in the rain. We never force to anybody according to their interest. According to their taste, they have to study. But we never force. Let them free. Let them enjoy. Then our India become a radiant set. Next question. What kind of freedom does Azim Premji recommended to the children of India? మరి అజీం ప్రేమ్జీ భారతదేశంలో ఉండే పిల్లలకి ఎలాంటి స్వేచ్ఛ కావాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాడు ఆయన? Premji expresses his feelings that adults are robbing children of their precious childhood. Actually, childhood is the gift of God to the children. Childhood stage is given by God. So in this stage, they enjoy themselves. So nobody can take the liberty. It is a criminal act. They suffer a lot in schools and factories. So there are so many students, thousands of students, thousands of children. They have been working in zeri factories. And again, the same situation they face in even schools also. They should be given complete freedom to grow in a healthy manner. If you want to become what we have to do, if they want to become a great persons in the society, just let them free. They must be allowed to play, meet interesting people and follow their curiosity. Children should be free to play in the rain happily. Then only our society flourishes. So we must get them liberty. We must give them liberty. Let them free. Again, according to their interest, it is better for them to give a chance to study, but never force to anybody. Then our India become radiant. According to the writer, in what way is a child different from adults? But రచయిత ప్రకారంగా పెద్దవాళ్ళతో పోల్చినప్పుడు చిన్న పిల్లవాళ్ళకి పెద్దవాళ్ళకి చాలా తేడా ఉంటుంది. కొన్ని సందర్భాల్లో పెద్దవాళ్ళ కన్నా కూడా చిన్న పిల్లవాళ్ళ నుంచి మనం నేర్చుకుని చాలా ఉంటుందని కవి అన్నాడు. ఎలా? గాంధీ said that the greatest lessons in life are learned from children. గాంధీ మాత్రం ఏమంటాడంటే మనము పెద్దవాళ్ళ కన్నా కూడా చిన్నపిల్లల నుంచి ఎన్నో పాఠాలు నేర్చుకోవచ్చు అంటాడు. Not from learned men. A child will fearlessly try before giving up. So for example, if the child had seen a beautiful toy, it is in colorful, so he has a great enthusiasm. దాన్ని చూడగానే ఇందులో ఏముంది, something will be there in it, I have to find it now, what about the way of working it is అని దానిపైన పూర్తిగా నిమగ్నమై అసలు దాన్ని డ్యామేజ్ చేసి కూడా దాంట్లో ఉన్న విషయాన్ని తెలుసుకోవడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తాడు. But adults can't do like that. If I damage, I lost my money. They think about money minded. సో అది పిల్లవాళ్ళకి పెద్దవాళ్ళకి తేడా ఏంటంటే పిల్లవాడు ఒక విషయం పట్ల ఎక్కువ ఏకాగ్రతతో గమనిస్తాడు, డబ్బు గురించి ఆలోచించాడు. అదే పెద్దవాడైతే డబ్బు గురించి బాగా ఆలోచిస్తారు తప్ప వారికి ఆ వస్తువు ఎలా నడుస్తుంది, ఎలా పనిచేస్తుంది విషయం వాళ్ళకి తెలియదు. అంటే ఆసక్తి ఎవరికి ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది అంటే పిల్లవాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి వీ హ్యావ్ టు లెర్న్ సో మెనీ గుడ్ క్వాలిటీస్ ఫ్రమ్ చిల్డ్రన్, నాట్ అడల్ట్స్. A child does what is meaningful in the own right, but adults link every action is a reward of money or recognition. Every adult think about money and recognition, but they never think about the positive of manner. They are always money minded. A child is curious about the world and about the relationship, but as adults ourselves prevent us from exploring without prejudice. So it is better for us, we have to learn some more qualities from children, not adults. Really, whatever the author said, that is 100% right. What does the writer expect from parents and teachers? మరి రచయిత ఉపాధ్యాయుల నుంచి పేరెంట్స్ నుంచి ఏం కోరుతున్నాడు ఆయన? The writer expresses that the parents should observe the children and let them teach the parents. Similarly, our teachers could grow enormously by learning from their students. Then we stop pushing our knowledge down their young minds and become joint learners. So mainly, the author explained to the teachers and the same parents that never force to anybody according to their interest. They might study, but never force. Don't push the knowledge in their minds. It is not good. For example, ఒక పిల్లవానికి మ్యాథ్స్ అంటే ఇష్టం లేదు, ఒక అబ్బాయికి డాక్టర్ చేయాలని ఇష్టం లేదు. బట్ వాట్ అబౌట్ ద మెయిన్ ఎయిమ్ ఆఫ్ దేర్ పేరెంట్స్? మై సన్ వాంట్ టు బికమ్ ఏ డాక్టర్, బట్ దట్ బాయ్ హ్యాస్ నో ఇంట్రెస్ట్. అలాంటప్పుడు నువ్వు ఖచ్చితంగా డాక్టరే చేయాలంటే ఆ పిల్లవాడు చేయలేడు అనమాట. అకార్డింగ్ టు హిస్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వి మస్ట్ ఫాలో. అతని యొక్క ఆసక్తి ప్రకారమే మనము అతను చదివించాలి తప్ప మనము పేరెంట్స్ పరంగా కానీ టీచర్స్ పరంగా కానీ పుషింగ్ చేస్తే చదువు రాదు. What kind of change does the writer visualize in schools and homes? అదేవిధంగా రచయిత స్కూల్స్ని అదేవిధంగా ఈ హోమ్స్ని ఏ విధంగా మార్చాలనుకున్నాడు? If India has to develop economically, socially, intellectually, we must empower our children. We have to bring out the awareness from children. We should resolve to give our children the freedom of childhood. We must give the liberty. We must give the freedom to the children. We should change our schools from being textbooks, prisons to laboratories of exploration. పిల్లవారి యొక్క పుస్తకాల గదుల్లో పుస్తకాలు కుప్పలుగా ఉంటాయి, కొంచెం తీసి పక్క పడేసేయండి వాటిని. ఆ పుస్తకాల ప్లేస్లో మంచి మంచి ఆట వస్తువులు పెట్టండి, మంచి గేమ్స్ సంబంధించినవి పెట్టండి. పిల్లవాడు శారీరకంగా దృఢంగా ఉంటాడు. If physically he is very strong, automatically mentally also very strong. If the student physically is very dull or too dull, he may not able to get good knowledge according to mentally. So if the person should mentally and physically both he is in strong situation, then only he can get good knowledge, otherwise nothing else. నా పిల్లవాడు శారీరకంగా మానసికంగా శారీరకంగా ఉంటేనే ఏ పైన సాధించగలుగుతాడని చెప్పొచ్చు. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద బ్రీఫ్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ ఆఫ్ డాన్సింగ్ ఇన్ ద రైన్, అండ్ ఆల్రెడీ ఐ కంప్లీటెడ్ ద లెసన్ అండ్ టెక్స్చువల్ గ్రామర్ ఆల్సో కంప్లీటెడ్. Just once again check your textual part in your textbook. Here, so first lesson completed, boys. Dear children, so I am going to give you, that is page number 48. Understanding understanding non-verbal data. Non-verbal data. Understanding non-verbal data. Here, listen. In the first year, you learned how data could be presented in the form of a graphs, charts and tables. These forms of diagrammatical illustration are both visually appealing and useful. Information is presented in a compact and concise manner such that the important details stand out and the smaller details ignored. In the following passages, you will find various pie charts, bar graphs, tables, tree diagrams and flow charts. Study them and answer the questions that follow. Here, there is a pie chart. Students of Government Junior College Nizamabad were asked which country they would like most to visit. Given below are the findings of the survey in the form of a pie chart. Study it and answer the question that follow. Here pie chart given clearly. Here Australia 15%, USA 35%, UAE 20%, England 30%. Here given. Again, some questions are present given here. What is that? What does the pie chart show? First question. And second question is, which countries were chosen as dream destinations? Which is the most preferred country? Which is the least preferred country? What is the difference in percentage between those who preferred USA and those who preferred Australia? Some students wanted to visit China. Say true or false. These are the questions. Just once again read the given pie chart and try to write the answers. I will give you just 2 minutes of time. Proceed. Right. See children, the first question is here, what does the pie chart show? What does the pie chart show? Your answer is, the pie chart shows dream destination of students. Dream destination of students is the answer. Which countries were chosen as dream destinations? How many countries are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. USA, England, UAE and Australia. Which is the most preferred country? When we compare the percentages, USA is the preferred country. The percentage is 35%. 35. And which is the least preferred country? Least preferred means how much percentage it is? 15%. Australia. What is the difference in percentage between those who preferred USA and those who preferred Australia? What about Australia here? What about Australia percentage? 15. At the same time, another one is USA. How much? 35. Less than 20%. Some students wanted to visit China. Say true or false. It is false. The remaining second one, totally we have second, third, and bar graphs, tables, so up to 54, 57, page number 48, page number 48 to 57. It is your homework. Complete them all. Tomorrow I will discuss all the answers. Okay. Page number 48 to 57. We have tables, graphs, flowcharts, bar graphs are there. Read them and practice them and try to write the answers. If you have any doubt, I will clarify tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day.